Hi, I was wondering if I could speak to somebody in charge of videos. Fuck you! Oh my god. Hey, what's up, deckheads? How's it going? I'm losing my shit. I'm your host, Barry Laminack. That was the shortest phone call in the history of this show. I'm not going to do another rant, but yesterday after the show, it was taken down off of YouTube, and I have no idea what's going on anymore in this world. Oh my God! Well, thanks for being here. By the way, the show is back up. If you missed it yesterday, 2-hour solo show. When the show was over with, thank God we did the film session at the end. Apparently, something they didn't like about the show, it got pulled down off of YouTube. It is now back up. I'm weary. My body's weary. To quote the late great. Oh my God, why am I blinking? Bernie Mac. I'm weary. My body's weary. I'm growing tired of this. I don't know what else to do though. Here's what you can do though. There's only a couple of options to do this show. There's Facebook, there's Twitch, and there's YouTube. And I want you guys to vote by watching on whatever platform you would prefer to see us on. So if you want me on Twitch, go to Twitch right now, twitch.tv/BarryIsFunny, and start watching on Twitch. To subscribe to the channel, start watching on there. If you want me to stay on YouTube, then lock it in on YouTube and watch from there. If you like Facebook, watch it on Facebook. That's going to be how I determine by the end of this week where we're going to do this show. So if it ends up being YouTube, we're going to have to figure out how to deal with the bullshit that YouTube does, okay? But I'm getting exhausted by it. So let me get to the chat. I got to say what's up to my chatters. It's all the deckheads. They get in early, and I appreciate it every single day. I get so pumped to see, number one, who's going to be first, and number one, who actually shows up for the day. It's always new. It's always fun. It's always interesting. William Resendez first in on the chat today. Chris Householder was second. 713 Hooligan was third. I'll see you tomorrow, buddy. Josh, 713 Hooligan, bringing out some glass to get the shot-up window back there fixed. Gonna knock that out first thing in the morning, so much appreciated for that. D-Mata in the building. Clarence Marshall. Clarence and I were whooping ass in duos in Warzone yesterday. Steven Uzik got a new shirt he wants to release. You guys need to go vote on it. He's gonna tweet it out. Go check it out, see if you want in on it. Fidel Lamone is here. Brian Lamb is not first, but you tried. Crystal Collins, travel safely, my sweetie. I know you're coming back from Vegas. I don't know if you won or lost, but I hope you travel safe and had fun. Terrence J is in the building. Sergio P. Jones, Sandoval in H-Town. What up, yo? Charles Garza, Justin A. Who else? Brendan Martinez. What's up, boy? Richard Vales, I already said. Virginia Buttonweed. Alex Villanueva. Sergio Uriel Villanueva. Chris Reyes. Who else? Trying to scroll through here real fast. I see Terrence J, Truck and Taco. I'm forgetting everyone. Scott Hanzo, what's up, dog guy? Donna. Hi, Donna. Jen didn't wave. She just did the laughy face. I didn't see the wave, Jen. Penguin Katie's in the building. Aaron J. Bryan is here. Billy Keller. Oh, snap. Cowboy fam, what's up? Went from 41 to 75 subscribers yesterday. We're going to talk about that again. We need to get you to 100, fam. We're 25 away from 100, bro. We can do this, deckheads. We're going to get to that in just a second. Who else do I got? On Twitch, I got MoveMaker27 because he switched over. He said, good afternoon, deckheads. Barry, I was on YouTube today, but I saw in the chat they pulled your video. Hashtag fuck YouTube. Yeah, fake Tony Stark is over there. Who else? That looks like it's it right now. Those two. The Raheel Show podcast is on Facebook. He said, get that Venmo money. Yeah, but I finally took your advice, Raheel. YouTube gets 40% of a super chat. I don't know what Twitch gets per bit. But then Venmo, I just have to pay income tax on. So, you know, Uncle Sam gets 25%. That's still less than 40 and then 25, which is 65, which is a lot. So, oh shit, LFG Media, what's up? He called me Care Bear. That's kind of weird. Virginia Buttonweed said, you were at 45, not 41, right? Yes, he was at 45, Virginia Buttonweed. He's trying to get some extra money out of you for the food bank, bro. Don't do that. Johnny Johnson's in the building. He said, fuck YouTube and fuck Joe Kelly. We're going to get to that. Oh, you guys know. You think I'm not going to go a show and talk about old HOE Kelly? We shall discuss. That was a bitch move last night. We're going to talk about that. Fake Tony Stark said, hey, Barry, Twitch is messing up. Go figure. What's up with the Twitch right now? What the hell? I refresh it and it plays for a few seconds, then freezes. I don't know, guys. I don't know what the hell is going on. What you gonna do? I mean, oh yeah, it does look frozen. That's so weird. It looks all creepy. Like, I don't know. That must be from Mob Crush. See, this is the other reason why we need to get to a single platform. Because if we're not, I'm going to screenshot this. This looks awful. Yeah, it's definitely freezing. Let me screenshot this real quick. This is what the Twitch looks like right now. Ooh, that's not good. Guys, here's some things I plan on doing. Look, let me show you this. Look, that's what Twitch looks like right now. Be glad you're on YouTube. Huh? What the fuck is that, Twitch? You're not making a good impression on people, Twitchers. Twitches? The Twitchies? No, not Twitchies. That's not, we're not going to call them that. It's probably Mob Crush. Let's be real. I have to go through third-party software to be able to simulcast on multiple platforms. It's a lot of nerdy shit none of you care about, but I'm guessing the problem isn't with Twitch. The problem is with Mob Crush, which is the third-party software I use to multicast. So I don't know what to tell you. Hop on YouTube. Fuck it. You know what? We're probably going to settle on YouTube. Let's be real. But yesterday after the show, they took the show down. I appealed. I don't know why they took it down. I'm assuming it was because it was another fight video. Although there's hundreds and thousands of fight videos on YouTube every day. I appealed. It got put back up. Go figure. This is how they operate every fucking time. Here's how upset would you guys be? That makes no sense, Jorge Pedraza. It looks like Barry took a beating from Joe Kelly. I don't know what that means. Was that from the picture? Here's where I'm at. What would you guys think if I just didn't do film sessions? Would that be the end of the world? Would you stop watching this show? Would you not come back? Is the only reason you're here is the film sessions? I know that's super popular and I want to keep doing it, but I'm worried about copyright strikes. I'm worried about fight videos. I'm worried about all this shit that goes on because of film session. If it's just me and some graphics that I put on screen, it doesn't seem to be a problem. It's when I start incorporating other videos into this show then it becomes a problem. Now, I will say this. In the Discord server, Brandon Martinez had a really good idea. He said, why don't you do the film session separately as its own video? Still do it as Barry on Deck, but do it separately. That way, if it gets taken down, it's just that. Okay, so that's an idea. Not a bad option. I have tons of producers, and I love it because you guys come up with some great ideas. Also, some pretty terrible ideas. But you do have some really good ideas, and I told you guys I'm always willing to listen to everything you guys have as far as feedback for the show. I may not incorporate it all, but I'm absolutely going to listen. So let's check with the chats and see what they're saying. CC said, Kate, bye. No video for me. See y'all tomorrow. Aw, Crystal, travel safe, sweetie. You be careful. Yep, TJ said haircut day. Yeah, finally. 2 weeks later. Oh, boy, it was getting rough. Let's see. Have a safe flight. Use Streamlabs. I did look at Streamlabs. Let's see. No, I would still watch. Film session is fire. Film session for patrons only. Not a bad idea, PK. Do it as an additional video, not part of the show. You should do it separate from the show. It would give you more content for the channel. Fact. I'm here for the long run. I would not stop watching. Just put them on your Twitter. That's a good idea too. But still love Barry on Deck. Exactly, Katie. No, it would not stop us from watching. I just said that. Okay. This is what I get for just... If I read the chat like a book, it would just be this weird conversation, right? I just realized that even though I can't listen at work, I can just open the app and let it play on mute. Gotta support a usual suspect. Andy, my dog. Thank you, buddy. You're the man, Andy Vonk. Thank you. Wake Reaper said, just put a copyright thing on every video. It doesn't matter. They still pull it down. Billy Keller, that's what I would do. Separate them. I truly don't care about film session. I see most on Twitter anyways. I'd still watch. How about film session on Patreon? I like that idea again. All my ideas are fire. Chris Householder's an idiot. Film session does not make or break me. I'll watch either way. Thank you, Donna. Separate video is smart. Okay, so it looks like you guys would be cool if we just did a separate film session. Now, would you want me to do them live or just record it? Just get the video, do the reaction, record it, and put it up. It's up to you guys. I could do it live. That's Katie said, come on, it's unanimous. Unanimous? What the fuck? Unanimous. We're going to watch regardless. Katie, my dog, man. I appreciate that. All right, so film session separately. We're going to do that. And guess what today is? Look, somebody even said it. SVG said, damn, I'm late. Hell yeah, love Jerome days. Jerome Solomon is in the building. I forgot to do it today on the show slide. I didn't create one, but I did create a thumbnail for this show. And on that thumbnail is that sexy son of a gun, Jerome Solomon, in the building joining me for hour number 2. So stick around for that. If you hate listening to my voice, boy, you're going to love listening to Jerome. So don't go anywhere. Just maybe, you know, turn it down when I talk and then turn it up when he talks. But we got a bunch of stuff to get to today. Of course, I've got sports for you. I've got headlines. We'll talk about the Rockets. Not looking good to start the season, July 31st. We'll talk about what happened last night in that Dodgers-Astros game. Plus, I got another list for you, another list of NFL players. This time, the players voted on who they think the top 100 players in the NFL are. And it might surprise you. There's a Texan in the top 20. There's a former Texan in the top 10. And we're going to get to all that. Plus, we'll talk about how to last longer in bed. There's a lot of sex this week, and that's okay. No, we're not. Jimmy John has a what are the odds question. Bitch, this ain't the Blitz. All right? If you want to listen to that, go listen to that. This ain't the Blitz. But he said, what are the odds that Jerome finally got the battery replaced in his clock? 0.0 odds. Not happening. Not a thing. Jerome don't give a shit about that clock. Come on, man. You know better than that. Jimmy John, you know better. Jerome don't give a shit. Okay. What I don't understand what Sergio said. We need BiffNet. Didn't we talk about this last week? I don't know what that means. No idea what that means. Can I share some family stuff with you guys for a second? Can I get personal? I should have learned from Matt Thomas. I don't know if you guys saw this, but Matt Thomas posted something on his Twitter. And some guy started talking. It was a picture of his kid. He was excited his kid had accomplished. I don't remember what it was, but his kid accomplished something. Matt Thomas was proud of his son. He put it on Twitter. And some dick face, some dumb son of a bitch, some cocksucker, I'll say all of it, some hoe-ass bitch had to make some snide, shitty remarks about Matt Thomas's kid. And to that guy, I say, go fuck yourself. Tuck your dick up under your balls and fuck yourself. You're an asshole. Why would you talk shit about people's kids on Twitter? You're literally a piece of shit. You probably hit women too, you dick face. So that's in defense of Matt Thomas, but I'm an open book. All right, that was a lot of curse words, and I apologize. Now y'all heard my Warzone. That's how I talk to people on Warzone when I lose or when they camp. Ask somebody. I need to stream the Warzone on Twitch. You guys would be like, "Oh my God, we thought Barry was dirty on the show." Oh my God, it's a lot of me complaining too. I do a lot of complaining in Warzone when we play deathmatch. Anyways, I thought I'd share something because on my Facebook. You know, you get memories that pop up. And this popped up from 10 years ago. I think, now listen, I'm going to say that it was his birthday, but I don't know. And don't judge me. We're not really good with remembering everybody's birthdays in my family. And by we, I mean me. Like, I know mine and I know my mom's because it's 9 days apart. And I know my sister's because I've known her, and I know Nora's. And that's like pretty much my dad, my stepdad, and my stepsister, my half-sister. Well, my half-sister was born January 1, so I remember that. But I always forget if my dad's is August 26th or September 26th or 29th. So I have to have it on my calendar because I'm a dumbass, okay? It's not because I don't love all those people. I do love them. But I'm pretty sure that this memory was because my grandfather's birthday is today, or was. He's dead. So if you make fun of him, just know you're making fun of a dead man, okay? And then I will say mean words about you. But this is a picture of my grandfather at 92 years old. Now, I want to tell you some things about Papa Laminack here. I want to talk about Papa Laminack a little bit because this man was a man's man. And that's not a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It's just a fact. This is 92 years old. Now, I'm surprised he let us put a sombrero on him because he was kind of racist. If I'm being honest, he was kind of racist, but that's the era that he grew up in. So I'm surprised that he let us take him to a Mexican food restaurant and put a sombrero on him. But Papa Laminack is where I get my sense of humor from, if I'm being honest, because he was a very funny man. He liked to tease you, but he was very funny, and he would always have jokes. He would always make you laugh. He made the whole family laugh. But if you guys recall, I don't know if you remember this, me talking about it on The Usual Suspects back in the day. Shout out to my guys, Joe Blank, Nick Sharara. Miss you fellas. Talked to Joel on the phone yesterday. Need to give Nicholas a call. He's on my list. But if you recall, a while back, I talked about a grandpa that used to call my grandmother Puss. That's real. That's the man. This man on your screen is the man that used to call my grandmother, the woman we called Nanny. I don't know. By the way, Nanny is the worst name for a grandmother. It's the word, like Nanny is just so our grandparents, on my dad's side, it was Papa and Nanny. And on my mom's side, it was Pawpaw and Nanny. It's the whitest thing ever. It really is. But Nanny is such an awful name for a grandma. I could see Granny or Gran or Gigi, some shit like that, but we called her Nanny. No, we didn't call her Nanny Puss Sandoval. And I want to warn you guys one more time. You're probably going to want to let me make the jokes about my family. This is a very thin line. And I don't want any of you motherfuckers to cross it, okay? So maybe let me make the jokes about my family and nobody will get hurt. But anyways, my grandfather used to call my grandmother Puss, and I don't know why. I'm pretty sure that back in the day, back in like the 40s, that was okay. That was like, I think that was a term kind of like, I don't know what it would be. I don't know. And Sandoval, no worries, dude. I was just heading it off at the path. You didn't say anything wrong. I just could see where that was headed. I don't know where Puss actually came from, but I remember the first time I heard it, I thought, oh my word, that doesn't seem appropriate. That doesn't seem okay. But he would be like, hey, Puss, what are you making the grandkids for lunch? And I was like, wow, who's Puss? I got to meet this Puss. She cooks. I didn't know that was my grandmother. I had no idea Puss was my grandma for a while. And then we figured it out. And I remember specifically, though, this is the kind of person that my grandfather was. He was very matter of fact with his humor. All right. Two stories about my grandfather that kind of give you an idea. So my grandmother used to smoke and my grandfather hated it. And so she would never smoke around him. But she wasn't the smartest when it came to... So he smoked cigars, which is hypocritical as fuck. But Puss couldn't smoke. Old Truman could smoke, which is where I get the name. This is Truman. So this is Truman Lawson Laminack Sr. And then my dad is Truman Lawson Laminack Jr. Duh. And then I'm Truman Barrett. So I got the name, but I didn't get the full name. So now here's the... By the way, can I tell sidebar? Boop, put a pin in those. I'm going to come back. Speaking of seniors and juniors, Gregory Vega Jr. had reached out to me and asked me for a favor for his pops. So I said, yeah, that's cool. Now, again, just so we're clear, this is the deckhead, Gregory Vega Jr. So he had reached out for a favor for his pops. And I said, yeah, what's his name? And Greg's like, Gregory Vega Sr. I was like, oh, goddamn, I'm a fucking dumbass. Oh, boy. What a dumb shit. What a dumb... Like, you can think of the dumbest thing that you could think of, and then that beats it. Whatever. Hey, Gregory Vega Jr., what's your dad's name? What a dumb fuck. Oh, my God. Yes, Josh, my first name is Truman. We've covered that several times on this show now. Truman Barrett is my name, and I'm named after this man, who is Truman Lawson. So I get the name from Pops Laminack here. Now, old Truman here, two things about him. One, so my grandmother was in the house smoking one day. She thought that he was out. She thought he was working on a tractor, or he liked to work on cars or whatever. And so she's at the kitchen table smoking. Like he wouldn't be able to smell it if he walked in the house. I don't understand it. But she's at the table and she hears him come in the back door. So she doesn't know what to do with the cigarette. So as he walks in, she's got the cigarette in her hand and he's walking in the door and she just puts it behind her back. I mean, at this point, there's smoke in the air, Nanny. Puss, what are you doing? Like, it doesn't, no, everyone knows you've been smoking, Puss. It's all over. So he just walks by and he looks at her and he goes, Puss, your butt's on fire. And that was like, that's how my grandfather operated. He looked, he walks, he comes walking by and he goes, Puss, your butt's on fire. And he just keeps walking. He was a great man. He was funny dude. Here's what he used to do all the time to my grandmother when they would go out to eat. This is the funniest shit. Now, guys, I want you to do this to your ladies. Try this one time. I'm going to try it on Nora. I haven't tried it yet. I'm nervous because Nora will cut me. She will stab the shit out of me if I try this. But you guys should totally try this when you have a chance. This is what my grandfather used to do to Puss. They would go out to eat, all right? So when inevitably she would excuse herself to go to the restroom. She'd be like, I'm going to go to the restroom. I'll be right back. And she would always leave her purse there. So she would leave to go pee or whatever Puss was doing. And he would take the salt and pepper shaker and put it in her purse. He would take the silverware and put it in her purse. He would take the menu and he would put all of the shit that was on the table in her purse and then zip it closed. She would come back, sit down, they'd be eating, they'd get done, they'd go to pay, they'd be at the counter to pay, and he would go, oh shit, I left my wallet in the truck, Puss, can you pay for it? So she would unzip her purse in front of the people and just start pulling all of this shit out of her purse. It looks like she stole it. It's like all this, she's got the salt. They're like looking at her like, why is this lady taking all of this shit from the table? Does she not know that we would see this? So try that. Try that next time. That's good. That's my grandfather. That's this man right here. That is Papa Laminack. So that's the man, the myth, the legend right there. Good times indeed. Give it a shot. Now, I don't know what went down in the chat. I see. I'm going to do this. I'm not going to read the chat because I have a feeling at least one person went too far somehow, some way. So I'm in a great mood. We're going to ignore that part of the chat. I'll pick it back up in a second. But anyway, shout out to Pops Laminack. Rest in peace to my grandfather. A very funny human being. Little racist, but funny. All right, so let's talk some sports. I got some headlines for you. We got a bunch of sports to get to. Some headlines for you. Another Marlins player has tested positive. That's almost half the team now. That brings it to 15. I think we're still at the 30-man roster, if I'm not mistaken. Now, some of those aren't players. I think 11, 12. I think 12 of them are players. 3 of them are staff. But more Marlins players testing positive. Not a good thing. And I'll be honest with you, at this point, I could see them just canceling the Marlins season and saying, listen, it may not be worth it if you guys can't get this shit under control. A lot of people ask the question about this. Should there be a baseball bubble? The way that it's set up, there could be no bubble because they're literally letting everybody play in their home stadiums and travel. So there could be no bubble. They thought about doing it in Arizona. They thought about doing it, somewhere else. What I don't understand is why they didn't do it like in Florida, like the way that they do the Grapefruit League, or do it in Arizona the way they do the Cactus League. Create that kind of bubble, treat it like spring training, but let everyone play in those facilities at least for this year. You still get baseball. All the fields are MLB regulation at least. They're all set up. The infrastructure exists. You can still somewhat contain baseball to a certain radius instead of having this all willy-nilly and everybody traveling everywhere and doing their own thing. So it is a lot more difficult for baseball to create a bubble than the rest of the sports. Football, it's going to be interesting how they can create a bubble. The NBA can do it a little bit better because most basketball courts are going to be regulation anyways. So more Marlins test positive. NBA starts tomorrow if you weren't aware. Rockets' first game back is July 31st. And if you didn't hear, Eric Gordon went down with a nasty little ankle injury. I saw the highlight. I didn't watch the game, but I saw the highlight video yesterday. They think he's going to miss a couple of weeks at least because of the injury. So not a good start for the Rockets. Because they're small ball, they're really going to be relying on everybody on that roster. And when you lose a guy that's, a frontline player in your rotation, it's obviously a big deal, especially when you're talking about a much shorter season. So not a good thing for the Rockets. James Harden says it's going to be tough. He had a quote about, we've been overcoming adversity all year. I don't really know. Everybody's been overcoming adversity, James. Trust me, everybody's been overcoming adversity. So, I get that you're trying to play a sympathy card somehow, but that's not how it is. Here's the quote. Of course, Eric is a huge part of what we're doing and what we're trying to do. James Harden said, hopefully he can get his ankle healed as soon as possible. But just like we've dealt with adversity all year, it's about having guys step up. Well, you've had Austin Rivers miss some time. He's back now. You've had E.G. Lukumba Mute miss some time. Turns out he had COVID. So he's probably not in game shape. Not going in at full strength, but you know what? They're not the only ones dealing with this. There are a lot of people dealing with this. So no one's going to feel sorry for you. Got to go out and play the game. Let's see. Oh, okay. I gotta go see this. All right. So a couple more things. Let's go ahead and discuss, because I saw Chris Davis said, you should see what Lance McCullers said about Joe Kelly. It's on the Discord server. By the way, if you don't know what the Discord server is, it is a chat server that I created specifically for this show and for the Deckheads to create a community, to come together, to hang out, to talk about things. You don't have to talk about Barry on Deck. There's a lot of other stuff that gets talked about. There's politics, there's movies, there's food, video games. We get to get, like, if you want to find somebody that has the same interest as you, you can find it on the Discord server. The way you get to the Discord server is by joining the Patreon. And what you're doing there is you're supporting the show. Just go to patreon.com/Barry on Deck. When you sign up, you're going to have different options. So you're going to have different tiers that you can sign up for to support the show. All the money goes to the show. It goes to, obviously, me, because I'm pretty much the show right now. But I'm funneling it all. Every cent goes back into the show right now. I have yet to withdraw a single penny of super chats or sponsorships or the Discord money has yet to go into my pocket. I'm dumping it all back into this show to try to keep building it and growing it. So fear not, I'm not just bilking you for money for no reason, although it does allow me to pay bills and eventually, be able to do this full time. Because Nora's already like, so when is this supposed to, hit? And I'm like, well, it's got a lot of momentum, babe. Trust me, there are a lot of people that wish their show was already at the level. She's like, okay, that's just checking. So Nora's getting a little antsy. No worries though. So anyways, join the Patreon, $2, $5, $10 a month. It's super easy to sign up. You get a lot of cool shit. I'll send you some stuff. I promise I'll get the postage right so you won't have to pay for it. Just go to patreon.com/BarryOnDeck. And what you do get, no matter what tier you sign up on, you get access to the Discord server. Literally the only way to get access to the Discord server is to be a member of Patreon. That's it. And the Discord gets fucking litty. It gets crazy. It's fun. It's after the show. You'll see it in the chat. After the show, everybody's like, yo, let's all hit up the Discord server. They talk about the show. They talk about what's going on. They help each other. Brandon Martinez had a problem with his garbage disposal. It was going to cost him several $100s to get it fixed. Chris Reyes, also on the Discord server, was like, oh, that just happened to me. Do this. It'll fix it. Deckheads helping deckheads. It's amazing. We've had tire changes. We've had 713 Hooligan go help somebody move furniture. Like, it's just crazy, dude. It's unbelievable the community that exists that is the Deckheads. And you can be a part of that on the Discord server. So go sign up. I love it. It's great to see. Okay. Got the plug out of the way. No Charles Garza. It's not always G-rated. It's not always G-rated. Unfortunately not. So let's get to this because we need to talk about this man. Oh, I have thoughts. So many thoughts. So if you've been living under a rock and didn't pay attention, last night in the Dodgers-Astros game, Joe Kelly got behind Alex Bregman in the count 3-0. Now, no one had been thrown at this point. It had been a pretty clean game. Joe Kelly comes in. You know, skinny guys have a chip on their shoulder. He comes in, and I guess he gets behind Bregman, who's a little cocky, known to be kind of a showboat. Gets behind Bregman 3-0, throws a fastball behind his head, which is an absolute fucking no-no in baseball. You just don't do that. You don't throw at the head. You don't throw behind guys' heads. If you want to hit them, you hit them in the back. You hit them in the ribs. You hit them in the butt. You send the message. You also don't wait till 3-0. I don't know if you guys are aware of that, but waiting till 3-0 to throw at somebody is hoe shit. That's a pussy move. Joe Kelly is a pussy. I just said it. You heard it here first. Barry on deck. Clip it, print it, run it. Joe Kelly is a fucking pussy because he waited to 3-0. Had he done it when it was at the beginning of the count, Alex Bregman steps in the plate, throws behind his head, then I would be like, he's chicken shit. But at least he did it when he was supposed to. That was hoe shit. So Ho Kelly throws behind Alex Bregman. Then he throws at Carlos Correa. And Michael Brantley's running down the first. He puts his foot in the wrong location on the bag. Michael Brantley steps on it, turns his ankle. You can clearly hear what I think was Dusty Baker after Joe Kelly, makes the play at first. They don't get the out. Brantley twists his ankle. Kelly's kind of looking around, being kind of pompous and arrogant, and you can clearly hear what I think was Dusty Baker say, just get back on the mound, motherfucker. You can literally hear what I think is Dusty Baker say that, and I loved it. And Dusty Baker's always going to have his players back. That's why he was arguing between innings, because the Astros got a warning. They did nothing wrong. They did literally nothing wrong, but they got warned along with the Dodgers. So Joe Kelly does all this shit in one inning. Then he strikes out Carlos Correa and clearly says to him, nice swing. Wow. What a dickhead. So you talk shit when you strike him out after everything you've done. And then you walk away making faces like a fucking 5-year-old. How about you walk towards Carlos Correa and make those faces? But you didn't because you're a hoe. That was such a bitch thing to do. All of it was bitch made. All of it. Every single thing that Joe Kelly did in that inning was hoe shit. All of it. Throwing it behind his head at 3-0, throwing at his head to begin with, wrong spot on the bag, the throwing at Correa, although the curveball looked like it got away. I don't think he necessarily threw it at Correa. He was kind of wild in the inning. And then after he gets the strikeout, which, okay, that's it. Then you talk shit and you do it while you're walking away. Bro, you're a hoe. That's what it is. You're soft, Joe Kelly. You're soft. If you were a tough guy, you would have done that. And here's the other thing. And Andy Huggins messaged me this, and I thought the same thing. I watched it on replay, admittedly. I didn't watch it live. because I was too busy dusting fools on Warzone with Clarence. But I watched it later, and one of the thoughts I had is, it's kind of chicken shit that Joe Kelly's throwing at them knowing full well that baseball is adamant about rushing the mound, getting in fights, bench clearing brawls. They're literally like, well, if I go out there and beat his skinny ass to a pulp, I'm going to miss a lot of games. And in a 60-game season, a lot of games is legitimately 6 games. They're going to get way more than that in this pandemic. If they rush the mound, they're going to get way more than that. So Joe Kelly, of all the things he did, knowing that that the rules against him retaliating are as they are, is the biggest pussy thing he did of the entire inning. Yeah. It was bullshit, and Joe Kelly should be ashamed of himself. He's not. He thinks he's funny, and I hope, oh God, too bad that the National League has the DH, because I'd love to see his dumb ass step to the plate when they were in LA. Oh boy, I'd put a baseball right in his butthole. I tell you what, it wouldn't even be funny. Hey, we got our first super chats of the day. Check it out, back to back too. PayPal Pete with the first super chat of the day. Thank you for popping the cherry. PayPal Pete said, he says, get on the mound, bleep boy. Who said that? Who said get on the mound, bleep boy? You heard somebody say get on the mound, motherfucker. I heard that. Jimmy John said, Jimmy John also with the super chat. Thank you, my friend. You guys are the best. He said JK was on the Boston team that cheated too. Oh, good point, Jimmy John. Joe Kelly also on the Apple Watch scandal-laden Boston Red Sox team. I'm telling you guys, I don't always call another man a hoe and a bitch and a puss, because that's for my grandmother. No, just the last one. Don't, damn it. Hold on, sip time. But that's what Joe Kelly was last night in that inning. Now, he may not be that for his entire life, but for one inning, Joe Kelly was a puss. He was. Joe Kelly should have been called Nanny. That's what he is. He's Nanny. Oh, Nanny Kelly. Just out there throwing at people's heads for no goddamn reason. I mean, for a reason. I get it. I know the reason. But it was whole shit. Andy Huggins was in the building. He said, baseball karma is coming, Kelly. Andy, I hope you're right. I really hope you're right. Because it was the most chicken shit thing. Everything that he did in that inning was complete chicken shit. To the nth degree. Unbelievable. And if baseball lets them get away with that, they're chicken shit too. Because they've all said, you know what? We're not going to stand for a lot of retaliation. You know, I get it. You get plunked a little bit here and there. Too far. But then PayPal Pete, who busted the super chat cherry, tagged me on this photo on Twitter. And yo, this is the funniest shit ever. I mean, this is literally, this is a picture of Carlos Correa and his daughter. I don't know, but that is the funniest shit ever. I love that so much. It's so good. I don't know who thought of that. I don't know who made that, but if I had a hat, I have one. It's way up there. My headphones are off to you, sir or ma'am, for making that. That's some great shit. Oh, that's some great shit. Someone frame this, please. No, it's so good. It's so good. I'll tweet it out. Actually, I retweeted it. Go find it. It's so good. Who's late? NASCAR Johnny said, sorry I'm late. The job has been crazy today. Johnny, damn it, bro. Just kidding, buddy. You're here. That's all that matters. Better late than never. That's the Barry on deck motto. Okay, we got a lot of shit to go still. It's 2:40. The Papa Laminack talk kind of derailed me a little bit. But before we do go any further, I want to tell you about our wonderful sponsors. Hemp Vita CBD is, if you're like right now, I've been playing a lot of Warzone. I've been sitting at this computer a lot, and my neck has been bothering me. So about 2 to 3 times a day, I take some Hemp Vita CBD gel. I put it on my neck. Problem's gone. It feels so much better. Nora has been having problems with her feet because she's been working a lot. She's now about to start working 60 hours a day, so I'm going to have to double up on my orders of Hemp Vita CBD gel. But this stuff works. If you haven't tried CBD, here's what it's known to help with: inflammation, pain relief, insomnia, anxiety, seizures. Maybe you just need to relax, all those things and more. Go to hempvitacbd.com. If you suffer from those things and you haven't tried CBD, maybe give it a try and see what it does for you. Obviously, talk to your doctor first, but Hemp Vita's cannabinoids, organically grown in the U.S., no THC in their products. You're going to love it. As much as I loved it, as much as Brandon Martinez loved it, as much as Chris Householder loves it, so many deckheads have hopped on board. So many deckheads have hopped on board with the Hemp Vita CBD. Go out there right now, hempvitacbd.com, and when you check out, make sure you put in promo code DECKHEAD15. That's going to save you 15% on your order. Also want to tell you about Dan Seafood and Wings. I'm pumped. We've got 2-3 days left in the month before we do Yard of the Month. Dan Seafood and Wings has stepped up and said they, along with a couple of the other restaurants that sponsor this show, are going to throw in a $50 gift card. So the winner of Yard of the Month will have their choice of a gift card. And if I'm you, seriously consider getting the $50 gift card to Dan's Seafood and Wings. Some of the best Asian, Latin, and Cajun-inspired seafood you're going to find in the city of Houston, period. They got 2 locations for you. Southwest Houston off of South Gessner, and on the northeast side, they're off of Uvalde. Go check them out online. Eatatdans.com. Super easy to get to. Eatatdans.com. You can look at the menu. You can see the locations. You can place an order and go pick it up. Make sure you tell them you heard about Dan Seafood and Wings from Barry on Deck. And look, if you're wondering if it's legit good, just ask your fellow deckhead Francisco Abarca. He ate there. He said he's in. They're known for a bunch of great food, but their most popular thing is their boiled spicy shrimp. So if you want to try it, you're not sure what to get, try this boiled spicy shrimp. They've got New Orleans barbecue shrimp, grill platters. Francisco Abarca said the lo mein was amazing. Give it a shot. Give it a try. Dan's Seafood and Wings. Okay. More sports. More. I kind of like having sports. It's very nice. It's really cool. Oh, real quick. Virginia Buttonweed said there are 106 people in live chat. Cowboy Fam should have 106 subscribers. Let me explain what's going on here right fast before we get back to the sports. We're going to talk some NFL. But Cowboy Fam has a new YouTube channel that he's trying to get going. And it's Cowboy_Fam. All you got to do is go on YouTube and search for Cowboy Fam, P-H-A-M. It's a cooking channel. He's a cook. He's on Master Chef. That episode, hopefully, he's dropping soon. He's a fellow deckhead, and he's trying to get something started. And I support all you guys that are trying to get started and do things, especially since I know how hard it is to do something like start a YouTube channel. So what Virginia Buttonweed, again, a fellow deckhead, I love this fucking community. I love the way you guys support each other. But Virginia Buttonweed said for every subscriber that Cowboy Fam gets from yesterday through the end of the week, so Friday at 4 p.m., when this show is over, everything from yesterday till Friday at 4 p.m., Virginia Buttonweed is going to donate $3 per new subscriber to the Houston Food Bank. How fucking amazing is that? He's already gone from 45. Let me pull it up here. Let me go check. Just go to YouTube, search Cowboy Fam. Okay, that's fan. Nope, you got to have the M there. Or if you don't have the M, it gets weird. 81. Holy shit. We went from 45 yesterday at this time to 81 subscribers. If you're listening to this now, go subscribe. You're already on YouTube, most of you. Who's on Twitch? Is anyone left on Twitch? Because I know it was fucking up. Ro Pimpin' still on the Twitches. Ro Pimpin' still on the Twitches. Good for you, buddy. Hang in there. Fight the good fight. Ruben Leos is on Facebook. What's up, Ruben? Sorry, I missed that. B. Hannon's still on Twitch. Go subscribe. Look, Roland said he subscribed. Danny Ariano said he subscribed. Johnny Johnson, NASCAR Johnny. I love it. I love it. I love it. Juan Barrera just subscribed. We're at 84. Let's keep it going, guys. We can get Cowboy Fam to 100 subscribers by Friday. I know we can do this. I'm going to tweet it. I would ask that when I do tweet it today or tomorrow, you retweet it. Let's make some money for the food bank and help a deckhead. I love it so much. You guys are the fucking best. Okay. By the way, headphones off to Virginia Buttonweed for stepping up and doing something amazing once again. Great dude. Okay, let's talk some NFL. So yesterday we talked a little bit about a list of the tiers of quarterbacks, right? We talked about the top tiers based on Pro Football Focus's rankings, which the way that they did that was their grades, and they watch every down, they watch every play of every quarterback, and they don't take into account just the quarterback play. They take into account everything. They take into account who's around him. They take into account everything, right? And so they did the tiers. And if you missed that, go back and watch yesterday's show. I got into a heated argument with several people in chat over Deshawn Watson. But here is let me get this fuck YouTube off the screen at least. So here is the I'm gonna move that down so you can see the source. Fair is fair. Here is the list, the top 30. I didn't want to go through all top 100, but here is the list. So your top 30 NFL players as voted on by NFL players. Number 30, Mike Evans. 29, Quentin Nelson. 28, Richard Sherman. Then Jamal Adams. Then Von Miller, TJ Watt. Ezekiel Elliott, total Dallas. Not happy about that, I don't believe. I think he thinks it should be higher. Cameron Jordan at 23. Tyreek Hill, 22. Dalvin Cook at 21. So that's 30 through 21. All right. Some good names on that list, right? Here's your top 20. Deshaun Watson checks in at number 20. Deshaun Watson checks in at one of the 20 best football players in the NFL as voted on by the football players in the NFL. Who, let me get this mic here. Who was I arguing with yesterday? Chris Davis and Chris Householder and Dr. Dre on 290. Remember that discussion we had? Remember when you guys said that Deshaun Watson was a tier 3 quarterback? Not only is he not a tier 3 quarterback, according to every player in the NFL, he's one of the top 20 players in the league. Not just QB, one of the top 20 players in the NFL, period, end of story. Nice try, Reverend Lord House. I'm not calling you, I'll call you Reverend. All right, let me fix the mic back here.
Oh, yeah.
I'll call you Reverend. I'm not calling you Lord. All right? Not doing it. Oh, shit. Hold on. Time out. We're going to get back to the list in just a second, but I got to say, I don't know if you guys saw the super chat that popped up. Eric Resendez sent a $5 super chat. This is so fucking awesome. He said, I've got $50 in with whatever Virginia Buttonweed gives to the food bank. Headphones off to you, Eric Resendez. You guys are the best, man. Look at that shit. That's so badass. So we're already at, it looks like 31 new subscribers, Virginia Buttonweed said. That's 279 meals. Holy shit. That's so badass. Plus the $50 that Eric Resendez is donating. This is so great. Y'all know me. I'm a sucker for this. Y'all know me. I'm a sucker for helping people. I love to see it, man. This is so great. Good for you guys, man. Virginia Buttonweed, you did something wonderful. Eric Resendez, you followed up. And we're helping a Decade and Cowboy fam get to 100 subscribers. He is currently at 91. Oh, yes. Guys, we are 9 away from the goal, and it's fucking Wednesday. Come on, Deckheads. Come on. There are 2,500 of you that subscribe to this channel. Surely 8 more people listening to this can get Cowboy fam to 100 before this show ends. Can we, dare I say, before this show ends, can we hit 100? 8. I said 8. I meant 9. 9. Damn it. Math was off. Can we get 9 more? I mean, I know 9 of you watching have a YouTube account, and I know you can go subscribe. I know for a fact 9 of you haven't done this yet. So get out there and do it. All right, back to the list. So here's your top 20. Deshaun Watson, one of the 20 best football players in the NFL, according to every other football player in the NFL. So again, I say to everyone that argued with me yesterday about where he ranks, suck it. Number 19, Khalil Mack. Travis Kelce. Kind of surprised to see a tight end in the top 20, I'm not going to lie. But wait, there's more. Nick Bosa, Aaron Rodgers, Chandler Jones, Tom Brady, Bobby Wagner, Drew Brees, Julio Jones. That is your top 11 through 20, right? So you've got, what, 4 quarterbacks? You got Watson, Rodgers, Brady, and Brees. So I guess you could say this is the second tier. Huh? I guess you could say that. All right, so they haven't announced the order of the final 10. But here are the names alphabetically by last name. So you've got Aaron Donald, Stephon Gilmore, Derrick Henry, DeAndre Hopkins, Lamar Jackson, George Kittle, Christian McCaffrey, Patrick Mahomes, Michael Thomas, and Russell Wilson. So you do have more quarterbacks in that top tier. Now, remember, we talked about moving Lamar Jackson down. Well, the NFL players have said, nope, you guys got it wrong. Move them up. The NFL, remember, here's tier 1, right? We talked about Mahomes and Wilson. Those are the 2 best quarterbacks in the NFL. That's tier 1. Well, the NFL players say add a third QB to that mix. Go ahead and add Lamar Jackson. That those are the 3 best QBs. Those are your tier 1 QBs. And then your tier 2 QBs would be Watson, Rodgers, Brady, and Breeze. And this is, again, according to the people that play the game every single day. Now, what I did in bold is a guess of where I think that these numbers may fall. Not necessarily where I would rank the top 10, but where I think they would fall. So I think number 10 will be Kittle, another tight end. I think number 9 will be Derrick Henry. I think 8 will be Stephon Gilmore. I think 7 will be Christian McCaffrey. 6 will be DeAndre Hopkins, a top 6 player in the NFL. I think number 5 will be Michael Thomas. Number 4 will be Lamar Jackson. Number 3, Russell Wilson. Number 2, Aaron Donald. And number 1, Patrick Mahomes. Now, that's where I think they'll fall. Not necessarily where I would rank them, but I think that's how the players might rank them. So just a guess as to where they may be. But again, if I didn't mention it, DeAndre Hopkins, a top 10 player in the NFL. So that's your top 30 players in the NFL. Before we go any further, I saw the chat. Jimmy John stepping up. He said, okay, Eric Resendez wants to pitch in $50. Fuck it. I'll match Eric Resendez $50 as well for the Houston Food Bank. Holy shit. So we're already at, when a few chats back, we were at 31 new subscribers. At $3 a pop was $93, plus another $100. It's $193 already for the food bank. That's a shit ton of meals. Apparently, $50. Let me see, where did I see? Virginia Buttonweed had a stat. 50 is 150 meals. So for every $50 that the deckheads send to the food bank, you're buying 150 meals for hungry families around the city of Houston. God, I love you guys. Fuck, I love you guys. Deckheads are the best, man. The absolute best. What are we at? Hold on. 98. Oh, son of a bitch. I wish I hadn't subscribed yet. We are at 98. Oh, Chris Householder has added $50. Holy shit, this is amazing. So Chris Householder has now said he'll throw in $50 to match Eric Resendez, to match Jimmy John, who's matching Virginia Buttonweed. You guys are the fucking most amazing people. Seriously, Alex Villanueva said, this is great. So what? Shut up, Santos. Is that right? Oh, we fucking did it, deckheads. We did it. My guy, Cowboy Fam. Let me minimize this. We ain't even going to get a film session today. Look at that. Yes. Hey, I am so fucking proud of the deckheads. I'm happy for Cowboy Fam. You're off to a good start, buddy. Let me tell you something, Cowboy Fam. Let me tell you one thing I know. I'm not a smart man. I'm obviously not good at math. I don't know a lot of big words. But let me tell you one thing, Cowboy Fam. I mean, you can clearly see that you have 100 subscribers. And those are deckheads. You can conquer the world with 100 deckheads having your back. I'm telling you right now, these people are the best people on the planet. You are in good hands, my friend. Congratulations. Now go build something and make great videos, man, and give us all some great content. Let me catch up here because I think we're seeing more money being donated. I got to start writing all this down. So we got Eric Resendez with 50. We've got, obviously, Virginia Buttonweed with the donations. We don't have to stop at 100. We can keep it going. I just wanted him to get to 100. This is so fucking awesome. Jimmy John donated 50. Chris Householder said 50. But wait, there's more. Erica, who's Titan Hugo's better half, she said, we will donate 100 from our household to the food bank. That's 2 deckheads in the same house, both donating $50. Erica, I love you, sweetie. You are the best. So I'm going to say Erica and Titan Hugo with another 100. This is fucking amazing, man. You guys are unbelievable. Thank you, Erica. You are the best. Cowboy Fam just said, fuck it, I'm in on this. He's donating $50. I love supporting the food bank. Holy shit. This is so great. This is so fucking great. No way. Are we already at 108? Oh my God. I hope Virginia Buttonweed goes fucking broke. I love it. Tyler Stamper, fam, also said he'll donate. Yeah, I got it, buddy. We're in. So now we have just flat out deckheads donating to the food bank. We've got $300 plus the money that Virginia... I love you guys so fucking much. This is so badass. I could not have thought of a better way to end. We didn't even do a film session. That's literally the first show with no film session. This is episode 57. I've done 56 film sessions. Do you want the film session? Fuck it. Let's do the film session real quick.
And now it's time for a film session.
Well, let's hope this doesn't get us kicked off the air. But this might be the last film session for a while. I'll do them separately. I do want to point out one more thing from the chat. Terrence J said, I will donate $100 to the Southeast Food Bank in Beaumont. Now we're spreading the love out. Oh my God. That's $400 plus, what are we at? We're at, that's at least another 180 from Virginia Buttonweed. Yeah, because it was at 45, 60 is 105, so $189 plus, wow. We're almost at $600 to the food bank in this area. You guys are fucking awesome. All right, here is your film session. And this film session today, where the hell did it go? This film session is a metaphor. This film session is a representation of YouTube and how they treat their content creators. So the dog is YouTube. And the stuffed animals that you see,
go get your baby.
The babies that the ladies want, the babies are content creators. So the dog is YouTube, right? And you can see that the content creators, they're all hanging out. The dog's like, okay, I'm gonna shove. What was that?
Baby.
So he's gotta.
We'll get your baby.
Okay. What do you? Oh,
baby.
What the fuck, bro? What are you doing? What is YouTube doing to the content creators? Just face fucking them. What is going on, right? Oh my God, YouTube! Look, his little lipstick's out. Look at his little dick. He checked it. He did a little cup check. Quick little cup check. Did you notice that? He checked, and then he's like, "Oh, this thing stinks." I'm done with that one. I'm done with that content creator.
Yeah.
Look, now he's just air humping shit. Now he's just air humping shit. Look at
So
that.
funny, Chili. Where's your baby?
Yeah, where's your baby? They're out making you 40%, YouTube, you cocksuckers. All right, that's your film session. Chris Householder has a great point before we go to break. I'm way past. I got to get Jerome Solomon on. He's probably like, where is this motherfucker at? Chris said, everyone donate through Virginia Buttonweed, and here's why. Because he can triple it. Because he'll donate through his wife's job, and they do a 3-for-1 match. So we can literally triple the money that we have. We'll work that out on the Discord server or something like that. But, man, my headphones off to every single one of you deckheads. Once again, you've proven to be the best community on the planet. Unbelievable. Oh, shit. Hold on, one more. Eric Resendez just doubled his shit. He said, Terrence J, I got 50 with you. Let me know where to send it. So now Eric Resendez is in with another 50 to the Beaumont Food Bank. Son of a bitch. Guys, we're going to go to break. Not a long commercial. I probably won't spend too long on the break because I'm late. But the actual commercial on the break is two birds fucking, also kind of representative of how YouTube treats its content creators. We're back in 5 minutes with Jerome Solomon. I love you sons of bitches so much. Don't go anywhere. This is Barry on Deck. I'm your host, Barry Laminack.
Working it pretty good. Bird's got some stamina for him. Knock that on, he's trying to get in on the action. You what? Let you see.
to the show. Hour number 2 of Barry on Deck is upon us. I'm your host, Barry Laminack. Thanks for sticking around through the break. I hope you enjoyed Two Birds Having Sex. That was a euphemism for what YouTube does to its content creators. They're a bunch of hoe bitches. Joining me in hour number 2 on the show, my guy, my dude. By the way, real quick, I got to give one update before I bring Jerome Solomon on camera. He's getting pretty and getting ready, so they can't see you, Jerome. Don't worry. You put your pants up, though. Put your pants on, Jerome. Oh, God. I'm glad you guys can't see this right now, but
ain't enough camera for that anyway.
I do have a wide angle lens.
this little iPhone, iPhone 11 extra wide. That ain't nothing.
All right, well, now you're on camera, so if it's out, it's out. Look, real quick, I got to give an update, Jerome, just so you know what's going on with the Deckhead community. So one of the Deckhead members, Virginia Buttonweed, he pledged $3 a subscriber to one of the fellow Deckheads who's trying to start a YouTube channel. Cowboy Fam was on Master Chef. It hasn't aired yet because of the pandemic. But then he tried to start a YouTube channel to do cooking and stuff like that. And he was at 45 subscribers yesterday. And Virginia Buttonweed said, let's try to get this man's subscriber base up. I'll donate $3 for every subscriber that we get between now and the end of the week to the food bank. So $3 for everyone. So we were at 45 yesterday. We started plugging it and pushing it. And he is currently at 108, which is awesome,
nice.
Right?
Nice.
I know.
Right.
But not only that, dude, but all the Deckheads started saying, well, you know what? I'll step up and I'll donate. So Eric Resendez was the first. He goes, you know what? I'll throw in $50. And then Jimmy John said $50. Then Chris Householder said $50. And then Erica and Titan Hugo said $100. And then Tyler Stamper, by the way, at the break said he would do 50. So it's just going crazy. Terrence Jay's doing
you're
50,
on a roll. Yeah.
doing 100. It's amazing, man. This community, Jay, it's amazing.
Very nice. Very nice. Impressive. They're loyal and they're givers. That's a good thing.
They're the best, dude. They're literally the best. Well, welcome to the show, man. How have things been since last we talked?
Oh, it's just hectic, man. I mean, it's just, the same old, except now the Rockets are getting ready to play. The Astros have cranked up, and I've gone out to the empty stadium at Minute Maid a couple of times. I was out there last night, and it's different. It's very, very different.
Are they allowing media there?
Oh yeah, no, we get in. It's about 50 people at the stadium, I think. Maybe not even that many. And media wise, it's even small. I mean, I went opening night. Like on opening day, everybody comes for media. But like last night, it was 15 of us there, maybe total. And it's empty, dude. There's a dude walking in the stands with an orange trash bucket picking up foul balls because he's by himself. And he's got a spotter who's up pointing like, no, the other eye, go down, turn left. And he's wearing a suit. Like, can you imagine you dressed up in a suit and your job is to walk around with a trash can to pick up foul balls because, ain't no fans out there? It's surreal, man. It is a different world.
Dude, that's pretty crazy to think about that. I don't – you wonder if they're going to slowly start phasing anything back in, right? I mean, the fact that they're letting media in surprises me.
Well, no, I mean, think about it. It's not like there's 1,000 media or anything, and it's a huge stadium. I mean, it's not like you got to be next to anybody. I mean, I didn't come anywhere within 20 feet of anybody walking. Okay, so, there's nobody there.
So they have y'all all socially distancing even in the press box.
Yeah, exactly. And then they used the auxiliary press box along the right field seats of stuff where people would sit, like when there's playoff games or something. So no, you're not anywhere near anybody, and it's not like the cafeteria is open or anything. That if you want food, you order it online and they bring it to you and drop it to you right in front. You can't go anywhere. You got an assigned restroom. You can't just walk out and go to the restroom anywhere. You have to go to the one that they tell you to go to. And in the restroom is like, some half the toilets are shut down, saying, not operating because of social distancing. The sinks, you can't stand next to somebody at the sink because that was turned off because it's, you're I feel as protected in there as anywhere other than my house. Because it's really, that's just the way. And think about it, it's a huge stadium.
Oh, yeah.
So, think if there are only, erase the baseball players. And I meant to ask yesterday, and I did, but my guess yesterday was there were 50 people at the stadium who weren't on the teams. So you know how you can get 50 people inside Minute Maid Park? It's not a concern of being up against anybody or anything. It's that empty. There's nobody there.
And you can literally hear everything, right? Like you can hear
pretty much
people. I was curious, who was it that said, "Get back on the mound, motherfucker"? Was that Dusty Baker?
that was certainly Dusty. We couldn't hear that when it happened,
thought so.
Or I couldn't tell from where we were. If I'd been seated, like and even the photographers who shoot the game, like Karen Warner shoots for the Chronicle quite often. She's in the stands instead of down in the little box next to the dugout where photographers usually are. She's in the stand. I'm sure they could hear what was said then. Yeah, that was Dusty. Dusty doesn't play, man. Dusty is people think of Dusty as old school. Dusty is more old cool than old school. Dusty is he's a bad man. I mean, Dusty be going to Migos concert. Dusty kicked it with all kinds of stars. He's in business with the dude Cool from Cool in the Game.
Shut up. No, he's not.
With an electricity business in Africa.
No, he's not.
I mean, Dusty owns his own wine vineyard, so you can order Baker family wines. I mean, Dusty got things going on, and he's always been that way. I mean, when he played, think about it. The dude is from the West Coast, from California. He played in Los Angeles a long time, so he got to know Hollywood stars and actors, and he's kicking with Snoop and, rappers. And I mean, Dusty, he's 70 years old, but his son is like 21, so Dusty had to stay hip to even be hip with his son. But Dusty is the man, you know what I'm saying? He's the man. He ain't scared now. People talking about they want to see Correa get after Joe Kelly last night. That wouldn't have been that entertaining. Dusty wiping the floor with Joe Kelly. Now that would have been some funny shit.
Bro, not only do I think Joe Kelly would have got his ass whooped, because Jerome, I said, and I don't know your thoughts on it, but I said everything he did was ho shit. It really, and that's not the most eloquent way to put it, but all of it from beginning to end was ho shit. Like throwing behind him at 3-0. First of all, you threw at his head behind him. It was 3-0 in the count. All that, plus you walk off talking shit instead of walking to him talking shit. And the big thing is, and Andy Huggins brought this up to me too, but at the time I thought about it, there's rules about charging the mound and fighting and retaliation. All of it was ho shit. What did you think about it?
He playing within the rules to do what he has to do and not have to take ass whipping. I mean, now doing that's not always ho shit now. Sometimes you handle that like that because you ain't trying to fight, but you ain't scared either, but you ain't just trying to fight.
I mean,
he on the other hand, he wasn't even thinking about fighting. I mean, he was like, I'm not gonna stop walking until there's at least 10 teammates between me and Carlos Correa. It's like if you want him to hear what you got to say, you can stop. You can get over there closer so he can hear you.
You could have chit-chatted about it.
I know it's quiet in here. There's no crowd. But no, he kept walking like he didn't know Carlos was walking toward him. But all that said, it ain't like Carlos charged him either.
No,
I mean,
look.
Look. The dude didn't want none. That's fine. But that's the way it goes. But see, baseball is like that anyway. I wanted to see a fight because that's entertaining to me.
Me too.
I ain't rooting for violence, but I'm rooting for a fight because it's baseball. There ain't gonna be no violence.
No,
they gonna fight.
Sports fights, unless it's MMA, sports fights are the worst fights.
But they always overdo it based on who you're a fan of. Yeah, it was some whole shit that he did, but if Carlos Correa wants to get at him, he know where he is.
Yeah.
He right over there in the dugout.
Yeah.
He was over there for the rest of the game for 4 or 5 more innings. He'll be there tonight. He ain't hard to find if you really want to get at him. So you
think we see Joe Kelly tonight?
In the moment.
You think we see him tonight?
He'll be there. I mean, like I said, you mean on the mound? It doesn't matter. But I'm saying if you want to get at him, he ain't gonna stay at the hotel. He gonna be there. If you got some business with him, come talk to him.
Yeah.
If Alex Bregman got something to say, come talk to him. So that's how I feel in general about baseball. In that it's always fake because it's I'm gonna throw at the next dude. What the dude that just hit the home run? He right over there.
That's the dude.
He's sitting right there. Yeah. Like, come off the mound and throw it in the dugout at all of them. If you that bad, you gonna
Wouldn't
throw
that
it
be
the
great? I mean,
Oh,
if you're
that
gonna
would
throw
be
in somebody's
hilarious.
head, do that shit to the dugout and see what happens.
No, well, I even thought what would be even better is like you ask for another ball from the ump. Like, hey, I need a new ball, and you throw two of them over there, just in case they thought you was only aiming at one person. Like, no, I'm gonna throw
great?
it, and then I'm gonna throw it at y'all running too.
You get two balls. Hey, I need a new ball. And they throw another one. You beat that one in. You go, I need another ball. No, I was like, wait a damn minute. See how many you can get. Oh, that's funny, Jerome. That would be great.
It's like the hunting in the hunting sometimes where you shoot, then you try to catch one that's on the run too. You gotta have extra ammo. I would really enjoy that kind of stuff in baseball. But I mean, I remember back in the day, Joaquin Andujar went at somebody. I think he got into a fight with the Reds, but dude hit a homer and was prancing or whatever, and he's like, you come around third, you gonna get too close, and we can go at it. So I ain't gonna wait and throw it at the next dude. You the one I want. You right there. Like,
you gotta touch that plate, and I'm gonna be there. That's
I'm gonna be right here. I'm gonna be right here waiting on you on the third baseline.
Jerome, you got any alcohol in your office? Do you keep any alcohol in there?
No, this for business in here. What are you talking about?
Well, Hugh, Steve-O in the chat. I guess he's had a death in the family, so. He asked for a shot.
Pour one out for a little bit for him.
Yeah, if you've ever watched the show, we do a little drinking on Barry on Deck. So this is for you and all the deckheads. This is to everybody that raised money for the food bank. This is to Jerome Solomon for joining me, and to Hugh, man. Sorry about your family member. Hope they rest in peace.
Indeed, man. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah. All right, now, do you think that round two? Do you think this is over now? Do you think that was it for the series? Do you think that's the message was sent? The retaliation.
I don't even think that was round one. It's Joe Kelly. He ain't got nothing to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't even. I really don't even think. I think it's overblown anyway.
He was with the Red Sox that year.
He wasn't even. He's not even a Dodger. And they dialed down the talk. And it could have been around one if this was April. Dude, we're all the way in July, at the end of July. I mean, that is so far past and done in a lot of ways. But the tension is there just because, like, you can get some tension with somebody that ain't got nothing to do with 2017 because it came back this time around. You know what I'm saying? So you can build that up off of fresh stuff, and people will try to take it back to 2017. But no, I looked through the roster, and the Astros got 8 players
left
on last night roster who was there in 2017. The Dodgers only have 10, and so I think it's overblown. I like it though. I like it that people are even talking about the possibility of it, but it's silly. It's silly because the Dodgers lost because they wasn't good enough to win it. It ain't got nothing to do with sign stealing.
Bro.
They mad because the Astros won the World Series, and they haven't won World Series since Ronald Reagan was president. That's the problem.
They couldn't get a trickle-down World Series. They couldn't get a trickle-down World Series.
They scored 1 run in Game 7 at home of the World Series, and 3 years later, you mad at the Astros because they stole some signs during the season?
Here's the thing. I made the point yesterday. Cody Bellinger went 0 for 15 at home in the last 2 games of the World Series. They dropped 2 of 4 at home. I'm talking about the Dodgers.
Yeah. And
Those
you
are the things.
The sign stealing.
Yeah, you struck out 7 times in 2 games and went 0 for 15. And come on, bro. Like, don't blame.
You can't say nothing.
No.
And the Dodgers have won their division 7 years in a row and have 0 titles to go for it. It ain't the Astros' fault y'all hadn't won a championship. No. Don't tell me that's just not it. Period. It ain't Golden State's fault or the referee's fault that the Rockets haven't won a championship. They wasn't good enough.
Facts.
They give out a championship every year, and you haven't won one. Don't try to blame one somebody or some situation. No, every situation where you could have won a championship, you know what you did? You didn't.
Yeah, you didn't do it.
Blame yourself, man. Blame yourself.
Yeah, that there's no doubt about that. Do you think this Astros team is in trouble when you consider how many rookies? That bullpen is a mess. The rotation now is weakened. I don't think Zach Greinke is going to be the Zach Greinke we even saw last year. He's certainly not the Zach Greinke that he was a few years ago. I think this is a pitching staff that is Lance McCullers and a bunch of dudes after that. And that's a scare. And I'm talking about from Lance all the way to Osuna. There may be 3 good arms on that entire pitching staff.
The problem with you people is y'all looking for something to talk about.
No,
y'all
I'm not.
For something to worry about. But,
who impresses you on that staff besides Presley,
it don't
Osuna,
matter.
and McCullers?
It don't matter. So the Astros are the worst team in baseball. They have no chance of ever winning anything.
No.
Well, let me.
They literally have a guy in their bullpen named Scrub. It's come on, man.
Scrub looked good last night, though.
He looked all right.
See?
I mean,
Scrub go by 2-7. Scrub whoop your ass. You keep talking that.
You definitely don't want the bullpens coming out with Scrub in there.
When I talk to Scrub, well, I can't get close to him, so I'm gonna write it on a piece of paper and make a paper airplane and throw it to Scrub and tell him Barry wants you on deck, and you
think he would do the show? Look at me, I'm on. You think?
You tell Scrub he's Scrub. You want to do that? I'm gonna leave that on you. He got 2. You know what he gonna say? If he's like I was when I was a kid, and if my name was Scrub, you know I've been saying my name's Scrub, but it's got 2 B's because I'm put these B's on you. You want to talk about it? That's all. Yeah, and I just made that up right now. So imagine if your name was Scrub and you had to deal with that for 25 years.
You had your whole life to come up with shit.
You ready? Yeah. You ain't like me. I got to come up with off the top of my head.
You got to sit down and write a bunch of comebacks. There might be 3 O's in my name. But
you can't go out there unprepared. Your name is Scrub, dog. Your dad's name Scrub. Your mama name Scrub.
Everybody in your family's a scrub.
And he is a junior too. I looked it up.
Is he?
Because I'd never heard of the dude till he showed up on the mound.
He's not even a senior scrub. He's a junior scrub. I was trying to pull up the rotation and I mean, I'm not one of those cats. I'm usually the guy saying, guys, it's only been a week. It's only been, 2 series, this and that and the other. But when you look at that bullpen, even Devo's fallen off, but the injuries themselves, and even when you get everybody back and healthy, and I said this before the season started, the bullpen's not very good. The bullpen took a huge step back. The rotation is obviously weaker without Garrett Cole. You don't know what you're going to get, what kind of Lance McCullers you're going to get because of the injury. Now with JV hurt, that really changed it for me.
I know, but yeah, that's fine. But the thing is, nobody's that great. But the Astros are way better than most teams. They have a great offense. They will be fine and in the mix. And this baseball season, flip it around, this baseball season, 8 teams are going to the playoffs.
Yeah. So
the best team is unlikely to win because anything can happen in the playoffs, especially when they're playing these 2 out of 3 to open up and all. Anything is capable of happening. So, no, they're not out of it. In a regular season, if they had to play 162, they don't play 162. They're playing 60 lousy games. And then 8 teams getting in the playoffs. I mean, it doesn't – when I say it doesn't matter, I'm just saying that if they had Verlander and still had Cole from last year, I don't think that would widen the gap because I don't anything can happen right now.
Wait.
Anything can happen.
You're talking about 24 starts between those 2 dudes.
They had him last year, and what happened?
Well, they got to the 7th inning of the game.
Right, but where was the parade?
And look, if you listen to Brent Strom,
and tell me that in July of last year, what conversation was Barry on deck in D.C. saying about the Nationals? They don't have a chance.
They're dead. Yeah, but listen, Brent Strom even said it. If Zach Greinke gets that call, that strike at the bottom of the zone, that's a whole different series.
Yeah,
that's not my words, Jerome. Don't hate on me. You need to go tell Brent Strom that he's full of shit because that's not what I said.
I ain't saying he's full of shit. I'm saying there was a parade in D.C. There was not one in Houston.
I hate you so much. You're such a realist. It's just
they
disgusting.
Had a party in D.C. and they got a wine fest here in Houston. And y'all still whining. Just like the Dodgers, they still whining. Like, well, that's over, dog. You can't win that now.
Well,
Brent Strom got it on his phone. This is screensaver. It's like, Brent, let it go, dog.
First of all,
you ain't got much more time.
Why do you have a screen?
No, I'm saying he only got 1 year contract. What you talking? No, man, that's mean. That's mean. Now
you heard it here first. Jerome Solomon says Strummy doesn't have much time.
They picked up the next year of his contract, so he got another year of time.
You are crazy. No, I will say though, having Cole and Verlander, or even Verlander and a healthy McCullers. Going 12 times over the season, that's 2-6, 1/3 of your season is those two guys starting. That makes a huge difference, dude. It really does. Especially when you get to face the AL West.
But it's just talk to me when it's done. Okay, that's what I'm saying.
I know you do that all the time
because everybody's going to the playoffs. So
it's true. It's gonna be like the NBA now.
And if you get to the playoffs, if you had Cole, Verlander, and Greinke, and you got to the playoffs, and Stringer's gonna hit 20 points below his manager's age, he can't hit Brent Strom's age, then you gonna lose anyway.
Yeah.
But you get to the playoffs with what they got now, and Springer goes off, and Altuve goes off, and Bregman, and I don't know until I see more. But yeah, no. Now that said, they do need to make a move. They made a move today, but you would feel more comfortable with Luna because he goes out and gets some jokers.
Yeah,
we're gonna see how this season plays out with other teams in terms of whether they're willing to give up some people
and make moves with the Astros. One of the things that I talked about a little bit yesterday when the other day when they announced Verlander might miss the season, definitely missing a couple of weeks with the forearm strain. Do you make a move in this kind of season? I don't know that I would. It's a weird 60 game, some sort of asterisk. The World Series doesn't have the same value or meaning in this season, so why put all your eggs into that basket if it's a rental? Now, if you could get a guy that's going to be here for 2 or 3 more years, then you make that move. But if it's just a trade deadline rental free agent to be, what's the point this season?
So why are you sitting there talking about them not playing well if you don't want them to win? Do you want them to win?
I do, but I don't want them to give up the future for a 60-game World Series.
They're not going to give up the future for that because, like I said, one of the things that they know analytically is that this season is a crapshoot anyway because it's a 60-game season. It's 8 teams in the playoff. I mean, this season is a crapshoot. So no, you wouldn't give up the future. But they've never been a give up the future kind of team anyway.
They've been smart.
I mean, that's not how they operate.
Luna was smart. We'll see.
Yeah, but Luna was smart enough to have smart people around him too. Jim Crane ain't no fool. Jim Crane knows baseball as well as any owner in the sport. He played the game. He understands it, and he's the one who hired Luna, so he knows what he's doing. And we'll see how James Click operates, but he's very intelligent. He knows baseball. He understands the analytics of it. And the analytics department is as good as it's ever been. It doesn't have the top dog up top in Luno, but nobody else has him either.
Yeah.
So no, I mean, I'm just not a woe is me, the world is over, because I look up and go, they got a lot of players who 10-year-olds want their baseball card. You know what I'm saying? They got a lot of those guys, and when you have a better shot when you have those guys than not. So they gonna be all right.
If they get bounced in the first round, you're coming back for an "I Told You So" episode of Barry on Deck.
Like I say, they can get bounced. They can get bounced in the first round if Verlander wasn't hurt. I mean that. That's it. I just don't know, and I think everybody who's trying to be definitive about it right now just don't know. They could get to the first round of playoffs and go up against a COVID team.
And then everybody loses.
And then boom, it's like, okay, we advanced through that round. We didn't even have to play a game. These jokers they didn't even show up.
They got run ruled. So let's switch gears because I want to talk a little. I got into an argument yesterday with the chat about Deshawn Watson because Pro Football Focus released their rankings of different quarterbacks and said that tier 1 quarterbacks in the NFL right now is essentially 2 guys. It's Russell Wilson and it's Patrick Mahomes. And then tier 2 was Brady, Rodgers, Breeze, Lamar Jackson, Deshaun Watson, and I think that was it. And then several people that listen to this show on a daily basis that enjoy sports and I feel like are good sports, good sports guys. They know sports. But they were all like, Deshaun Watson's not a tier 2 quarterback. He's tier 3. And I lost my shit because it seemed like the most ridiculous thing. And I know this is a sports fan's argument, but that's what we do. Now, that was Pro Football Focus. Pro Football Players voted on their top 100 players. They had Deshaun Watson at 20. And he was one. And if you looked at the top 10 had 3 quarterbacks in it. Huh?
Was there 3 in the top 10? Yeah.
There was 3 quarterbacks in the top 10. Lamar Jackson was actually up there. So it was Wilson, it was Mahomes, and Lamar Jackson. Okay. And then in 11 through 20 was Watson, Breeze, Rodgers, and Brady. Mm-hmm. So again, if you looked at it as tiers.
That's tier 1 and 2.
Tier 1 and 2. They just moved Lamar Jackson from 2 to 1. That's what the players decided.
No. He ain't necessarily tier 1. That doesn't make him tier 1.
It just makes him a player favorite.
He could just be for the players. He could be he could even within that he could still just be for the players. He's the top at tier 2. I mean,
well, no, he was in the top 10.
But that's top 10. But
he could have been 10.
It ain't like Mahomes going to be 1 and Lamar Jackson going to be 2.
True.
Or 3 behind Russell Wilson. I don't know where he's going to be, but it could very well be 2 and 9 or 1 and 10 or something.
But I was curious of your take on Deshaun Watson, because I know how I felt. I know how the chat felt. What do you think? Can he win a Super Bowl?
He is. That's not even debatable that he can win a Super Bowl. He's better quarterback than Lamar Jackson, and I put him. I take Deshaun Watson or Lamar Jackson for the next 5 years without even thinking twice about it. Period. And I ain't got no problem with Lamar Jackson. I do think he's a game changer. He can play. He deserved all the love he got last year. He deserved the MVP, etc. But no, I wouldn't even rank him ahead of Deshaun Watson. So if they're trying to say Deshaun Watson is below that, and that's ridiculous. I don't care what number you put. I don't care what tier you want to decide. This guy is a game-changing Super Bowl caliber quarterback, and he can be as good as anybody in the league for the next 5 years. I wouldn't bet on him being better than everybody in the league for the next 5 years because Pat Mahomes is just a different dude. But there's nobody else over the next 5 years that I automatically say will be better than Deshaun Watson. I mean, the Russell Wilson is in a place where I think Deshaun Watson is going to go. And he might get there this year. But certainly over the next 5 years, I would see him in a Russell Wilson kind of place. Russell Wilson, and I'm not even saying Russell's going to slide, but I don't know if Russell Wilson is going to stay Russell Wilson for 5 more years. But that's the end of. But that's the end of the discussion for me on Deshaun Watson. That Mahomes and Russell Wilson are the 2 quarterbacks that I would even entertain an argument that will be better than Deshaun for the next 5 years.
Okay,
but based on how I see Deshaun today. And of course, there's a lot of ifs in there. Yeah, if he continues on his upward, spot where he's going, and the dude has continued on his upward spot since he was about 6 years old. So if you're predicting that he's gonna level off somewhere, why would you do that? Yeah. All the evidence says he's gonna keep rising because that's what he does.
I mean, he's excelling in spite of his play caller and his head coach.
It's fair to say that on a lot of levels, but it's also fair to say that Deshaun Watson has done extremely well because that's what Deshaun Watson does. I don't know if it's completely fair to say if he had different coaches, he would be way better because I don't know if you can be way better.
Yeah.
But if he had different coaches, I think he could have won a Super Bowl by now. He could have been, to a Super Bowl, et cetera. Yeah, that is. But individually as a player, I'm not so certain about that. Yeah, and I do think if you flip Andy Reid and Bill O'Brien, Texans Chiefs,
or swap
the Texans move on. Yeah. But that doesn't make Deshaun Watson better than Patrick Mahomes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But Patrick Mahomes make Patrick Mahomes better than Deshaun because Patrick Mahomes is just a bad man. So and Patrick Mahomes would excel even if Bill O'Brien was his head coach. The hate for Bill O'Brien is legitimate and it's well earned. He's brought it on himself, and he deserves it.
There was like 3 weeks where he would run some jet sweeps with QT, and I was like, maybe this shit is changing. And then he abandoned that, and I don't know what happened, and they were back to the old running up the middle and then throw some dumb passes around it.
Yeah. And so, and I think the hate for Bill O'Brien gets misused in that he's not a great in-game coach. He struggled with play calling, and he's got emotional issues. That's why he's not a good in-game coach, because he gets too riled up and too into it. That doesn't mean he doesn't coach the hell out of Deshaun Watson Monday through Saturday, and that he's not on some level responsible for Deshaun Watson continuing to improve. Because every year, AJ and Fred, and those are my boys. Every year they try to jump in week 1 of the season and say, "Man, Deshaun Watson's just not improving. He's not getting any better. And it's a lie. It's wrong. It's not accurate. No, I'm sorry. I said week 1 or 2. I meant week 1 of the preseason. He's not getting any better at all. He didn't even play in the game, fellas. But you can see he threw for no yards. But he didn't suit up.
Blocking.
He didn't suit up. No, he didn't play. He was out.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. How can you get better? Dude, AJ is the worst about trying to. AJ loves playing the villain. He could think Deshaun Watson was the greatest quarterback in the history of football, but he is not going to go on air and admit that. In fact, I haven't even looked at Twitter since the Joe Kelly stuff, but I guarantee you he is out there propping up Joe Kelly as a hero. Just to make Houston people mad. I guarantee it.
AJ does it intelligently. He's not like Josh Ennis, who just rambles on some crazy shit. But I guarantee you, Texans win the Super Bowl, that Monday show, AJ will be like, I'm telling y'all, Deshaun Watson will not win back-to-back Super Bowl. I just don't see him doing that.
He's not a back-to-back Super Bowl caliber player. That's hilarious.
I don't know why y'all excited. He ain't gonna win next year.
He's not gonna win 3 in a row. He won't win 3 in a row. I bet he won't win 5 out of 6. Okay, AJ, we get it. You hate Houston. And then he's like, no, I don't. No, I don't. Yeah, you do. Why don't you just own it? Like, just be a Sith Lord and own it.
And I've said this for years about just in sports. Once I really got into it, and I call them negative predictions. Sure, there's a much better term for them. These aren't even predictions. Like, pick a player. Any quarterback you name, I can just tell you right now, he'll never win a Super Bowl. Yeah. I don't care whoever it is, I'll tell you right now. And then if he wins one, he just wins one. But most likely, I'll be able to go several years. I'll be able to say, "See, I'm telling you."
You'll be 80% accurate.
And most likely, at some point, I'll be like, "I tried to tell you. You wouldn't listen to me. I told you from the get-go." And you're gonna be right, but that ain't a prediction. Mm-mm. That's just being. It ain't even being a hater. It's just saying something that you know you're gonna be right about that has nothing to do with analysis, or because and if you say a guy is never gonna win a Super Bowl, you're basing it on the only one is won every year. Right. Depending on where he is, you don't know who all is going to coach with him, who he's going to play with, etc.
Well, let's be real.
The odds are you're not going to win one. That's just how the NFL works. So
look how long it took Andy Reid. It's a great example. People were like, Andy Reid will never win a Super Bowl. He can't. He's incapable of it. Look how many chances he's had. He's blown it every time. And then the magic happens. He gets a good defense. He gets Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce, and all the things happen, and they slowly put it together and become what they are right now, and they win a Super Bowl. So it's possible, but you need all that. It's not just like one thing.
But it's also not one of those where, and he's had some in-game issues, and I know, but he's a good enough coach. It's not where he's just not a good enough coach to win the Super Bowl. That's not it. Now, Bill O'Brien might not be a good enough coach to win the Super Bowl. Yeah. That's different.
Yeah.
Andy Reid is good enough to win the Super Bowl, and he was good enough to win the Super Bowl before he actually won it. Yep. But the much tougher prediction is to look at the draft from a couple of years ago and say, "At Patrick Mahomes, he gonna win the Super Bowl."
Yeah,
do that. Because right now, I said name a quarter. I can tell you right now, Lamar Jackson ain't winning no Super Bowl.
You think so?
And watch, I'm gonna be right.
Oh God!
That don't make me no genius.
Yeah, it makes you play in the odds, right? I mean, let's be real.
Exactly, and so that kind of stuff irritates me just in general. And my boy AJ is my boy, but he does that a lot. Like, oh yeah, James Harden will never, and a bunch of his James Harden will never. James Harden is actually done. Nobody wants to play with James Harden. Well, every time we look up, there's some other big name coming wanting to play with him. Yeah, but you can ride that he won't win it because he had won it. So you might be able to ride that one for a minute. Until he wins it.
So let me read you some of the stuff from the chat, because on Barry on Deck we have the chat over there, and Twitch has chat, and so Chris Davis was one of the guys I was arguing with, and so was Chris Householder. And Chris Householder said, I feel like this is all, and talking about Deshaun Watson, so I wanted to give you an opportunity to rebut this because they were talking to you basically. I feel like this is all based on potential, not play so far. That's what the tiers were, based on what they've done.
No, well, no, because if it's based on what they've done, Tom Brady is tier 0. And everybody else is 1, 2, 3, or whatever. If it's based on what they've done. So that's not true. If it's based on what they've done, it's Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson.
Ben Roethlisberger would be higher.
Yeah, and then you throw Mahomes in there. No. That's not. It's based on where they are right now, what you project for this season. And I take it further than I project for the next 5 years. But I'm saying even this season, I don't think it's a debate that Deshaun Watson is top 10 quarterback.
Yeah.
And I think he could have a hot season and easily be top 5, or a ridiculous season. And let me erase all this. If Lamar Jackson can win an MVP, Deshaun Watson can win an MVP.
That's fact.
Right?
Yeah.
Nobody in their right mind is thinking Deshaun Watson isn't capable of doing what Lamar Jackson has done. Or more.
I think he's a better passer. So I think he's more accurate.
I think so too. But I'm saying on the best case scenario, your last name is Jackson because your son named Lamar. You don't think he's way better than Deshaun Watson, or Deshaun Watson can't at least match him?
Yeah,
I think he's better and will be better. But so yeah, he's good enough. He's good enough now. And like I said, the key to me is he's already that good. He's shown us he's that good many, many times over. He's not a guy who has 6 or 7 bad games, then have one great one, and you go, man, I wish he played like that all the time.
No, it's the opposite.
It's the other way around.
Yeah.
He'll have 6, 7 great ones.
He still has a bad one.
And then but that very next week, it's like, ooh. Then he goes off.
Yeah.
Usually he doesn't come back from a bad one with an okay one. He goes off. The dude can will himself to some greatness, and only the great ones can do the willing themselves to greatness. Yeah, David Carr could will all he wanted. It wasn't going to happen because he wasn't a great one. Matt Schaub could will all he wanted. It wasn't going to happen. He's not a great one. Deshaun Watson wills himself sometimes, and not just games. Drives.
Yeah.
I'm talking individual plays.
The eye poke throw.
He'll make a play and you'll go, damn, there's only 2 or 3 people in the league that could have got a touchdown out of that.
And their names keep coming up. Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes. That's literally the kind of guys that make the plays that Deshaun Watson makes. Yeah.
And when Tom Brady was at his peak, he made plays in throws that you said, well, only Brady and Manning are doing that right now.
Yeah.
Nobody else can do that.
Fact.
Roethlisberger made plays where you're like, well, he kind of the only guy in the league that can do that right now.
Roethlisberger's ability to stay up in a pocket. Yeah. Unbelievable. I've still not seen anybody that can just stay standing in a pocket for as long as that dude did.
When you're at the top of the game, when you're a top tier quarterback, that's what people say about you, because you will continue to make plays that nobody else is making.
Yeah.
Drew Brees has made throws that just like, okay, there's only a couple guys can make that throw, or even try to make that throw, let alone succeed with it. Aaron Rodgers used to do that 4, 5, 6 times a game. He still does it.
Yeah.
And he makes a bunch of dumb throws on top of it.
Yeah.
But because he's that good that sometimes it looks worse. And even the staying in the pocket as much as Deshaun Watson does, it's because he's trying to make plays. And if you're going to celebrate when he hangs onto the ball so long and makes a huge play, you just got to eat that when it happens and it's not a great play. He does better at it than he used to, but it don't even bother me, because the dude, he does that not out of inability. He does that out of ability. He does that because he is so confident that he's better than everybody else, that nobody can tackle me, nobody will hit me, I won't fumble, I won't turn it over, I'm going to stay here until I make a play. Now, that thought process gets him in trouble, but it's also the thought process that has him a top-tier quarterback.
Thank you. I'll accept your apologies, Chris Householder and Chris Davis. The man has spoken. By the way, Rach in the chat said that's great perspective, Jerome. Thank you. I think people appreciate the different kind of. You're much more down to earth and level headed. It's kind of disgusting, but it's cool, I guess. I had a question for you, Jerome.
I can't help this intelligence. It just If I had an ego, boy, I would be talking about how smart I am. But I don't have an ego. I'm too smart for that.
What? You're too smart to have an ego?
It's my intelligence that keeps me from having ego problems.
I'm too great to have an ego. Okay, that's. I wrote down some questions while I was at the barbershop today. And one of the first questions that I wanted to know is you have traveled this country to and fro covering sports.
Indeed.
You've been to every major sports city in the United States. Fact?
Many times, yes.
Have you ever been to Atlanta?
Many times.
Have you ever had wings at Magic City?
Many times.
Was it worth it? I want to know so bad what these wings are like. I was hoping. I was praying. Let's be real. I kind of knew. I was hoping you'd say you'd had these wings at Magic City.
Well, I mean, they're good wings. Well, I mean, I don't understand what the
breast and thighs. That's why you go, right?
I've been to Magic City and I've had the wings.
Okay,
that was the question you asked.
Yes.
So yeah, and I've been like, hey, I'm leaving, but I need to hang around for another 30 minutes to give me some wings to go, because the wings are that good.
Are they really?
They are. There's I wish I knew the dude's name. I bet you know him because you know so many comedians. But what's her name? The Fortune Feimster.
Mm-hmm.
She's a stand-up comic.
Yeah.
She has that show on Sirius. She has a show on Sirius that they talk comedy, and it's on every day. And so they have comedians on all the time. She and this other guy, he's really not that funny, but he's a veteran and a pro, and everybody knows him, and he does extremely well. I mean,
Tom Papa, is that the?
Yeah. He had a stand-up special that came out earlier this year. Yeah. And I watched it, and it didn't.
He's not for everybody.
Yeah, he didn't get me. But I mean, he's intelligent, but it didn't get me. But anyway, but I listen to their show because they bring on comedians all the time, and it's just cool stuff. And they had a brother on a few months ago, who he's from Atlanta, and I think the way he put it was one of his boys one of his high school boys' dad owned Magic City, I believe, or something. So they went to Magic City all the time, even when he was underage. And they spent an hour talking about the Magic City wings. That's how good the wings are. That they spent that much. And now this I didn't even know. And I'm a fried chicken connoisseur. I mean, I throw down on some chicken and I cook. I mean, I know it's. I didn't realize there was people that have an art to how you're supposed to eat a wing. Oh, so they broke that all down.
People will shame
how you pull the bone out and leave the meat and all that. I was like, dog, I just eat, man. I didn't realize there was some technique to it. You know how much yard bird I've eaten without knowing that, hey man, you pull the bone out here, break it there, and then all the meat there, and these two little bones here come out. I had no clue.
The ends and the gristle, and it's like, what?
And I think part of it is people like, they're embarrassed to pull and to do the pull and slide method. And I'm like, well, I ain't embarrassed. I'll eat yardbird in a minute with a side of watermelon. I don't give a damn. What I'm supposed to be scared? What, white folk gonna tell me I can't eat fried chicken because I'm black? No, hell no.
Let me tell you something.
I was sitting in Minute Maid the other day, and I ordered the barbecue, and they sent me this big old mega slice of watermelon, and nobody in the press box had watermelon but me. Everybody's social discipline, but my big ass red watermelon was kind of standing out. And Jesus Ortiz was like, hey, I got lettuce and salad with my side. Jerome got watermelon. I say, I ain't saying, but I think they gave the brother watermelon. I ain't ordered no watermelon. They said, we got an extra watermelon. Give it to the brother.
Who you think will want this?
His name Jerome.
Who you think? No, who should I give it to?
Exactly. I was like, man, but it didn't bother me none. I was sitting there impressed by my watermelon.
Bro, I never understood that stereotype because I love fried chicken. Like, my mom loves fried chicken, so she always there is nothing better than good hot fried chicken. Nothing better. I never understood that.
How can you doubt the Magic City Wang?
I didn't doubt it.
In Atlanta.
I just don't know.
In Georgia,
the South, true.
In the South, in Georgia, they gonna fry up some wangs for you.
But,
I mean, they be hitting, dog. They be
hot
hitting.
wings are different than fried chicken to me. I don't know why. I feel like that's two different it's chicken.
Well, you white, so you white.
It's not the same though. You call hot wings fried chicken? You don't call that fried chicken. That's not fried chicken. It doesn't have the flour, the thick floury crust on it.
Like I said, you white. See, that's why when I go to a place and I want some, and I'm gonna get some wings, I say, yeah, y'all fry those, or y'all just throw some sauce on them and hand them out. They edible, but you grade on a whole different scale. You give me wings that ain't fried. It's not the same. You fried it. You put whatever sauce. We discussed the sauce, but you got to fry the bird.
It's also how you order it.
For the bird to live up to its natural ability to deliver goodness, it's got to be fried. That's what the bird was put here for. How you gonna mistreat the bird by just don't even put no season on it? Don't put nothing on it.
Now
you just throw it in the oven.
Hold on. Do you season the bird or do you season the flour?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just.
Am I the only person you ever talked to, white man?
I'm trying to listen.
You got to put season on the bird.
Here's what would happen.
Season the flour. Yeah.
We would go out to dinner and you would order wangs and I would order wings and it would be two completely different meals. You'd be like, let me get some wangs. I'd be like, can I get some wings? And they would come out completely different.
And quite often, depending on where if they're fried, I'm like, yeah, give me the sauce on the side. I'll handle my own sauce situation.
Yeah.
But I need the fried chicken. That's what I'm here for. That's what I came here for. All that. I don't need to slather all that foolishness on the bird. I mean, it's just, it ain't necessary. If it's good bird.
Can I tell you one of the big disappointments in my life? Because I've already established I love fried chicken. Love fried chicken. I went to LA. I stayed with my buddy Kazim in LA, and we did the food stuff. Now you've been to LA a million times, I'm sure. Have you ever had Roscoe's?
Oh yeah,
chicken and waffles. I can't tell you how disappointed I was.
Roscoe's is no, it ain't there because it's you got two
bland.
It's hit or miss.
I didn't put an A when I ordered. I put an I in the wings.
It's hit or miss. Yeah, if you just order some wings.
And an S, not a Z. I fucked up. That's what it was.
White wings for the white man. They don't say it like that, but they got it cold. Them Bloods and Crips, they talk in a language we don't even understand.
Like in Super Troopers, hey, I need a burger. It's for a cop.
What they probably do is they probably turn around and go, "Hey, this brother here wants some wine."
Okay.
Then I get the wine.
They got two different fryers.
Three wings, please.
Hello.
That's for you.
I would like to try your chicken wings and waffles. And then you're like,
it is definitely hit or miss.
Jerome,
you go to the wrong location. You get messed. The one in Long Beach was off the hook.
Oh,
for quite a
we
while.
didn't go to that one.
It was the one in Long Beach was ridiculous. The original one on Pico, if you go,
I think that's where we went.
Between the hours of 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. You get the tourist wine.
That's what happened.
You get the tourists. They can't put too much season on it,
Yeah.
Or it's Roscoe. They ration in the season because they like
cheap.
we got enough seasoning to get us through Thursday.
They're just counting white people. No, they're like 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we don't cut that in half, though. We don't need all that seasoning. They don't even know what seasoning tastes like anyway.
They won't know different.
It's 40% white people out there. Cut the seasoning by 40%.
They gotta save some seasoning for when the Greater Missionary Baptist Church rolled through on Sunday and want to order for 200.
All they see is hats. They just outside the window. They see number hats. They're like, "Oh shit! Hey Tommy, go get the seasoning, the extra seasoning from the back. It's numbered hats out, bro. It's about to get real."
I mean, it's
That's
like
so funny.
It is sort of like Frenchie's here. Frenchie's is better than Roscoe's, but once they started branching out and dropping them around, you roll up on one of those. You roll up on the Frenchies at a gas station. Now you be like, hold up, now this ain't Scott Street. No, what y'all trying to prove?
You have to go to the Frenchies on Scott
But
Street.
you eat it, but you just you can't get a campus if you ain't near the campus. But you get the campus special at way over somewhere off of Airport Boulevard or something. At a Shell. And they're like, well, shoot.
Shell station.
How long has rice been up in there?
They're like, Tuesday. It's Saturday.
Can I get some sauce? No, not STP, hot sauce. It's a gas station, man. Come on. They don't give a napkin. They give one of them, that brown wrap thing that you wipe all off with.
Look like you can put a 40 in it and some chicken. Like, no, bro.
Yeah, so... But that's the thing. I have eaten enough chicken to understand that every batch is not the same. I think I'm great at making it too, but there's some of my batches I go, ooh, see you. That's about a 7. You didn't nail it. So now, you go to Roscoe's at the wrong time. You come up.
That's
shop.
what happened. I went tourist season. So best chicken before I cut you loose because it's $3.57, dude. That absolutely flew by. Unbelievable.
Oh man.
Yeah, can you believe that's almost 4:00? Best if go-to chicken place in Houston. Where are you going? You get one shot.
Oh man. Fried
chicken.
The original. The original Frenchies.
Okay.
It still hits for me, even when they moved down across the street and down the road a little bit. That's still I can always work with that. Now if I'm just messing around, I'll even roll up on a Hart's buffet and make sure they cook me some fresh, and I eat about 8-9 pieces while I'm just chilling.
Hart's chicken gets slept on. Hart's chicken gets slept on.
It ain't too bad, it'll get you over. Mm-hmm. But I'm really one of those crazy people that I as long as it's done and you ain't got a lot of white hands on it, I can eat almost anybody's chicken.
As long as a white person didn't season it.
I didn't say that.
I mean salt and pepper.
I didn't say that.
No, as long as there weren't a lot of white hands on it, you kind of did say that.
But this is a bad connection. Bad connection.
By the way,
my mama makes the best fried chicken and always has. So every chicken anywhere I've been, anywhere in the world, doesn't compare to my mother's. I've had some chicken on the side of streets and places, and out of people selling out the backyard and selling liquor after liquor license, and hours is closed, and to put the chicken on some white bread, and it gets good and mushy and
hot
soggy
sauce.
And yeah. See that? I mean, so. But like I say, it's for the most part, I don't find bad chicken. It's just some average chicken. Okay. It's like, well, that's just average. I mean, but Frenchie's rarely lets me down. Now you get a bad batch there too. Now this ain't no ad. I mean, his name Jerome Lee too, but I ain't doing no Jerry Rice ad with a helmet with a chicken thing on it.
With you and Brett Favre?
Yeah, I ain't doing no chicken ad like you remember the Jerry Rice Popeyes ad?
No.
Oh dog.
What? I gotta Google that.
It was so bad that I thought it was the skit from Undercover Brother. Dude got a helmet on and a face mask. Got a little tiny little old piece of chicken on it. I'm like, dog, come on, man.
They called it a taste mask. Hold on a goddamn minute.
How much they pay you for that?
We're going to overtime because I got to put this on the screen. Would you look at this shit right here?
You swear it's a parody, but it's real. Oh no, you missed that?
That's real? So this was a legitimate commercial.
Yes, it's for Popeyes. Like it's from Popeyes. It's like the Billy D from Undercover Brother. You know, the General's Fried Chicken. I know you hip to that.
Yes. This is egregious though. This is like
it's like pretty bad.
Jerry should have been like, who wrote this?
The greatest
White
football
people
player
wrote
ever.
this. Yeah.
Greatest football and it is a little tiny little piece of chicken on top of it too. I guess because what did they do in the meeting, Barry? Were they in the meeting and say, man, we put a big old piece of chicken on there, he'll look like a fool. No, the food part was taken care of. Y'all should have gave the man a representative piece of chicken. At least he could have that bit of honor and say, well, it was a good piece of chicken. Popeyes don't sell no little piece of chicken like that.
Look at his eyes. You look at his eyes. You can see the shame in his.
No, his eyes are like, did the check clear? Did the check clear? Okay.
There's a twinge. Hold on. Now there's a twinge. There's a twinge of shame in these eyes. Let me tell you something right now.
Did you see
that man is just, he's like, yeah, y'all know why I'm here.
Have you been? Are you hip to Jerry's TikTok, man? Jerry dropped a video from in bed with a woman a couple weeks ago.
What?
Jerry living a good life, man. He started dating a little younger one a few years back.
Oh,
I think it might be the same one. Well, when I say
what
young.
What are you doing on TikTok, Jerome?
No, it flashed through on Twitter. I ain't got no TikTok.
I was about to say,
you on TikTok? I don't even know what. I am actually one of those jokers. I don't even know how to operate a TikTok or what it all is.
I can't even do Snapchat. I'm way far from TikTok. I still haven't mastered Snapchat yet. So
yeah, it some of these things are just not necessary. It's like what is the staying power going to be in them? And what value do you get out of it? You know?
Exactly.
I mean,
bro.
I would TikTok if they put me a taste mask with some fried chicken on it and paid me. I'd be a TikTok chicken eating fool.
Jerome, no shame, Solomon. Joining
no
me
shame.
Real day. Dude, thank you for doing this. I know it was last minute, but I sure appreciate you filling in. It's always fun to do a show with you. How can people get in touch with you? You are on some social media. How can they follow you?
At Jerome Solomon. That's the easy place on Twitter. Obviously, I'm all over the Chronicle, Texas Sports Nation, etc. And Houston Sports Show coming back live here in a few weeks and got a new show.
Oh, shit, I got to work out.
Houston Sports Show in depth on AT&T Sportsnet. So we'll be on immediately after the Astros games on Sunday. You stick around, watch the post-game show, then my new show starts in 2 weeks on AT&T Sportsnet, and then during the week it'll be back on before the Astros game. So I'm really excited about the new show and what we're doing. So it should be pretty cool.
Very
cool.
I'm out there. Couldn't happen to a better dude, Jerome. Thank you so much for filling in.
And all the chicken places, hook a brother up. If you think you can do better than what I do at home,
listen. I know a dude that runs the Hart's Crispy Chicken on Pinemont. If I could get him to make you a taste mask,
dude,
you rock it?
I used to live around the corner from there, dog.
Yeah,
I used to go by there all the time.
Naro Mac. He's the Chicken Man.
Street.
Literally, his nickname is that Chicken Man. Yeah, well, I'm going to get Naro hooked up with
Shepherd Park Terrace. I know. Yeah, I live right there in Kent. Like, man, I know Kent. You don't know nothing about that side of town, Barry.
I'm going to get you I'm going to get you a taste mask made now from Hart's Crispy Chicken. It's going to happen. I can't wait to see you rock it. Buddy, I appreciate you. That's Jerome Solomon, everybody. Hey.
Later.
What a show. That thing flew by. Oh, my goodness. That is 2 hours of Barry on Deck in the books. That was crazy how fast. It always goes by fast with Jerome. Unbelievable. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for being here. Thank you to every deckhead that said they were going to donate to the food bank. I'm going to put together how much this was. I'm going to tweet this out because it's unbelievable. You guys are amazing. I've said it before. I say it again. I'm out of ways to tell you how great you are and how much I appreciate you being a part of what we're doing here. So thank you to Virginia Buttonweed. Thank you to Eric Resendez and Jimmy John and Chris Householder and Erica and Titan Hugo and Ty Stamper and Terrence Jones. And who did I miss? I missed one more. But thank you all to Virginia Buttonweed. Make sure you go subscribe to Cowboy Fam on YouTube. We're still going to get you there no matter what. We're doing it through Friday. Thank you all so much for being here. Tomorrow, my guest on the show, Del Olele from ESPN 97.5. Stick around for that. You know what to do. Be safe, be kind, most importantly, love each other. See y'all tomorrow.